so once you have finished your 3 sketches, star your favorite. If you have a favorite today, I'll come around and check it. If you have a favorite while I'm gone, move on. So up front, there's that box that says Name Art Final Draft. You're going to get a card. That's your final draft. I drew this out in pencil using my old school wood and yellow pencil because it's lighter graphite. It erases more easily. Then there are Sharpies in a container up front, sanitized before you touch them because sharing is caring. And you're going to trace it with Sharpie. So for the straight lines, because I did want actual straight lines for my divisions, so I kind of looked at this. Actually, I'm going to have it go the same way. I looked at this and tried to transfer. I did get that on there. So I tried to transfer. Okay. So you'll trace it out with Sharpie. Then you're ready for pattern. And you don't have to practice your patterns if you don't want to. If you want to, there is scratch paper underneath the flag, underneath the pencil sharpener. There's like a little container of just scrap paper that you can practice on if you want. Otherwise, I just kind of do a little bit in pencil and then do the rest in Sharpie. So you can look through your pattern packet. Now look for something that's interesting. I mean, obviously if it looks like scribbles, don't do it. There's a couple in here that kind of look like scribbles. Scribbles are not a pattern. Okay. So let's say I'm going to start out fairly easy. Like I like this one, right? So, and I might add into that one. I'm going to start in my spaces perhaps, and I'm going to draw the structure with my ruler. So super lightly as humanly possible because all your pencil is going to get erased. And perhaps I want to go diagonal with this. And if you mess up, you'll just erase it. Oops, sorry. Okay. So I have the basic structure, the major shapes or lines with pencil. And then everything else I'm going to add, I'm going to do in Sharpie. So I'm going to just trace as neatly as I can. Like hold your arm comfortably. So you will trace over the basic shapes, lines, etc. And then you're going to add into them. So this is where the creativity part comes in. So that one had little dots. Maybe I'm going to do little circles just to make it slightly different. And then kind of thinking ahead, I want room to add color. I want room to add shading with graphite pencil, like shading pencil. So I'm not going to add too much to my patterns because I want room to add other stuff. So then let's say I want to do a little bit more of a difficult one. Let me find a harder one in here. Some of them there's actually step-by-step. Oh yeah. Sorry. Some of them are already step-by-step for you. So by all means, go for it. So let's say like I wanted to do this one. Well, I'd probably just draw these swirls with pencil, and then I would go back and just use Sharpie for everything. So if you do everything in pencil first and then everything in Sharpie, it's going to take you forever. So you just want to do the basic structure, basic lines, basic shapes. Like I would consider this like a basic line of this pattern. And then you'll trace over it, and then you'll just add it with Sharpie. And so if you mess up a little bit, it's okay. It's part of art. And then you just make it look like you meant to do that. And so you just kind of fix it. And then if you don't know how to fix it, then I'm here to help you. Like here, I think I kind of messed up in some of my teardrops. Like they didn't look perfect, so I just added lines into them. So the more you kind of add into it, the more complex or interesting it looks, but also it kind of hides some mistakes. So if you're like, ooh, that doesn't look good, maybe you just add a little bit more detail. I tend to add dots or lines, something that's really easy. So you have that, and you would do all of your pattern with pencil, basic structure, basic shape first, then Sharpie, and then we'll talk about adding color and shading, etc. later. So if you're ready, you will move on today and tomorrow.